quick report from the field. Had some early heavy winds, and there was a little bit of a heavy snow that took place this winter for us, and some plants suffered a bit. A lot of the plants that suffer are typically evergreens, like boxwoods and that sort of thing, where snow falls on them and spreads them, kind of opens up all the branches, and they get splits in them. Two of them at this property, one was this crepe myrtle over here, and then there's another one in the front yard, was an osmanthus or a holly, I think, that had some heavy snow on it that caused a split. Splits are bad, but they're not terrible. And if the split runs down the trunk of the tree and it doesn't break off, then repairs can be done sometimes. In this situation, this is a crepe myrtle over here, and these people take a lot of pride in their property. They had some recent landscaping done here. This tree is a medium-sized tree, and this whole, about a quarter of this tree split right in this area here. And you can see right in here, there was a weak crotch, actually, which you can tell by a tight V-shaped crotch, as opposed to this one here. It's U-shaped. It's a stronger attachment. But this one here was a weak crotch, and it split right all the way down to here. This whole branch here was laying down on the ground over here. And when the customer called, they thought we were going to have to cut it off, but because most of the life is flowing up and down through the bark here, you would imagine that this split down the middle didn't cause a lot of problems for the life of the tree to flow through just under the bark here, but the structure of the tree was compromised. I always like to think of a tree sort of has like it's got its skeleton, which keeps it strong, and then you have sort of the vascular system, which can provide life. And if either of those is compromised, it's bad. But in this situation, was able to kind of pull this all up in here, and then whenever we're going to tie a branch together, we do something like this. Is just a very light duty, this soft rubber on top of wire, and then we wrap it around the branch over here, always leaving a gap here. I don't know if you can see this, so as to not restrict the tree. And then this is designed so that as the tree grows, if it becomes unnecessary, we can take it off. If it still is necessary, we can loosen it up and make a bigger hole. We don't want to have a choking on the tree. So there's a gap here, and there's a gap here. We needed to get it pulling in another direction here, so I also put this one over here. So it's pulling from two different directions, which allowed it to have an equal force to pull it together here. And then what we do is, in this situation, got some stainless steel machine screws and drilled through on a slight angle here, and with washers, and then tightened it up in here. So this may or may not grow together. It on some trees it will, and some trees it won't. But at a minimum, it has a sort of a splint here, and it should be fine for this tree for most of its life. Got another one in the front that we'll do that's a little bit easier. But that's it. If you have any questions, give us a buzz. We like to do this kind of fun stuff.